Vive l'empereur!
Hey, this is Chris Muller with the Thursday Night Gamers. Curtin Ridgely, Aaron Tobel, and Chuck Silverstein. And in this series of videos, we are playing Napoleon's Last Gamble from OSG Games. In this session, we tried to get through the night turns as quickly as possible so we could get on to the 18th. Night turns, if you've been watching the videos, you'll know they involve recovery of units, placing of roadblocks, disengaging of engaged units, and units on march orders can move. In Napoleon's Last Gamble, there's also a morning turn, which is a slightly modified day turn, no line of sight, and everybody only moves by initiative. Thanks again for joining us. I hope you enjoyed the video, and now on to the night of June 17th, 1815. We have 3 turns of night. Each turn is 3 hours, 3 daylight hours. The only people who can move are formations with march orders. The British got a couple of reinforcements up there north of Brussels, and then the Prussians and the French each had one formation that could move. The weather overnight began with thunderstorms, which led to a muddy night. The artillery was slowed down, and then there was heat started in around 3 a.m. and by morning we had fair weather. You can see here how Aaron and Chuck divide up the duties. Chuck is pushing on the British right flank, and Aaron is guarding against the Prussian advance. So as I mentioned earlier, the 6 o'clock turn is an odd turn. The armies kind of move in fits and starts, getting ready for the main action at 7 a.m. The Prussians have sort of divided into 2 sections. One section, Kurt's moving up the roads, coming directly into the Allied rear. The other corps, which are kind of up close to the French, are creeping in, basically hedging them in against that board edge. Excellent. All right, so
From the thunderstorm.
what do we got? We have morning, 7 a.m.
Yes.
All right, so we've
7 a.m.
we've been wrangling with the mode cards and all this kind of stuff. We'll deal with it later. We house ruled it. The French just play 1 mode card after the first day, and it's just the late start, and that's it. So Chuck's gonna roll for Le Tendu.
Let's see. Can we have a cock crow, please?
No. Sleep blissfully. Oh! No, he does not wake up. That was a 2, monsieur.
Yeah. Was it 2?
He needs a 1, right?
Oh, that's right. A 1.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It gets better.
He's
And
scoring his
is there another commander? Isn't there your Devu?
We have
yeah, each commander.
Yeah, the commanders get to check.
All right.
So who's this?
Huh?
Who's this?
This is Le Rougeau.
Who's that? Who's Le Rougeau?
Who is
the
Le
red.
Rougeau?
Who's that? Nay?
Oh my God, he's
They wakes up.
All right. So he's the cock crowing.
Okay, alrighty. So you get to roll for your man.
All right.
I forget where he is. Louis W. He's out there somewhere.
The Iron Marshal.
Louis W.
Oh! Everybody's waking up here. except
Bite
for-
me is all I have to say. Yeah, I see it. I
Great,
see it.
great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's
Yeah,
actually
congratulations.
Right there.
Oh,
He's right there.
2 1s. Very
2
nice.
1s, 2 1s.
So one of the fun things about watching this grand campaign develop is seeing the time it takes to form your army after being on the march. We've been marching pretty steadily for, most of the 17th, and Chuck is, particularly Chuck, he's the one who's been moving the fastest, sending that flying column around to the west. You can see he's strung out, and it's taken him a while to slowly put those stacks together.
Mystery. It's still a mystery.
All right, so we have some
No.
some guys in view here.
Mm-hmm.
Some more British roadblocks and some Hanoverians, all locked up there by Lubau.
Mm-hmm.
All right, where'd you like to start, Chuck?
Okay, well, I think let's go pick on that.
Cumberland.
Cumberland.
So what do you got? You got one guy there?
Huh?
3 to 1?
3 to 1. Just one
No
guy.
terrain or anything?
No terrain or anything.
No, you're
so-
charging downhill.
3 to 1.
Your horses all break their knees.
You wish, you wish.
We'll see, they might. At
3 to
6,
1.
they would.
Okay,
Oh,
but on
3.
a 3, it's a DR2.
1, 2.
All right. And I think
You
I
want me to
can,
hold him?
and I could move in if I wanted to. I think he'll just have a good time sitting there. And then over here, so that is a, let's see, need tweezers.
Is your
You're going after Bolio.
Oh, yeah, yes.
your vedette popping out?
Yes, maybe that will spring
Yeah,
away.
right.
Spring away.
Well, spring them away.
Yeah, Kurt, you spring away for me.
All right, he's springing.
We'll go back towards supply. 1, 2.
Okay.
So this poor guy sees a 3
Oh, poor guy.
plus.
He's happy as a clam. Look at him in there.
Well, what's he get for the roadblock?
Nothing, because you're coming in from the side.
Oh, that's right. Okay, so that's the
Ah.
3 to 6. 6 and 4 is 10, 12, 13.
4 to 1.
Yep, 13. So 4 to 1 coming in on you.
There you go. Sell your lives dearly. 1 initiative, guys.
No, they're.
One initiative, guys. 4. That is a DR2.
Nice. Look at him. Look at him. Nimbly. He's almost as nimble as my vedette.
Right. Okay. And I think the roadblock goes away now, yes? Okay, so we will just leave.
You plow right over it.
There's a guy. Okay, happy now.
Now we're happy.
Now you're happy?
I am.
You're
I
so
like your
happy.
rebel attitude.
Okay,
That,
right.
that was a compliment.
Right, so,
All right.
alrighty.
And that's it for combat, yeah?
That's it for combat,
All
yeah.
right. And that was what? That was 7 a.m. French 7 a.m.
French 7 a.m.
Oui, oui, oui. For the Allied 7 a.m. turn, you can see where the French are busy consolidating their march columns for the attack. For the Prussians, they're sort of sliding along, coalescing toward the center of mass. The long column through Wavre along that highway are coming into the British interior, and the British are building their stacks, getting into the chateaus, Hougoumont and La Haye-Saint, and getting onto the high ground, preparing for the French assault. So at 8 a.m., Napoleon is still asleep, but the French are now starting to press into the outer elements of the British line, getting rid of some roadblocks that were in the way, and Chuck also is busy. As you can see, his column is forming up, and they're also a little worried about the Prussians, and so they're making sure to shore up that eastern-facing line as well. First, Cumberland's going to pull back on the far right. Can you pull Cumberland back? He's going to go back into 1214.
Oh, look at that thin little cavalry screen.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
And best.
Best will fight in a minute, and your vedettes will both leave. No, they have to leave.
Oh,
Cavalry
because
can't hold them.
Oh.
Now, if you had recon, you might have been able to kill them, but
Okay,
you
yeah,
didn't
all right,
recon,
so-
so they get to get away.
Okay.
Here?
So,
Okay,
yeah.
so sorry.
So,
This vedette
that guy
fell back
To there.
to there.
and
This
that
vedette
fell back
there
to
because he was unable to
Yes,
stack.
I see that. All right. So then we have combat here, don't we?
Sure do.
This is where bests you.
Right. Well, let's see here.
Him and his roadblock, right?
Well, he's doesn't affect
You're
me.
You're going to town.
Oh,
It's a
I
3.
12 to 3,
4
4
to
to 1.
All right. Well, since you have
Good, I
most of
didn't
the
like
troops
that.
there,
I don't know if we did that
for it.
before.
Go
I
for
think
it.
we were firing 12 to.
Go for it.
Yeah, we did 3 to 1. He
Nice
should have been
roll,
a
six.
6.
Alrighty,
Should have been 2 to
he
1.
gone. He gone. DR3.
DR3.
And so does the
Now's the time to play that special card.
And he's goes
but
right
we
into
don't
the
have it.
pew.
He's
so
pewed here.
He's pewed. So.
Or
All right. So. Oh, look at that! We've opened.
Well, he gave it his best.
We've opened up the way to the
Actually, I don't know if
Allied
I-
center.
I don't know
Of
if I
course,
wanna
is
move
that
in
your
there.
center? Is that your wing? Is that what the hell is that big guy?
Oh, my army.
The Allied nest is what it
That's
is.
my army.
The Allied nest.
All right, is that it?
Yep.
Apparently.
In the final turn of the session, the Allies are trying to rationalize their deployment. Having the two armies commingling like this is turning out to be a bit of a headache. Luckily, our commanders are close enough together now that we can start to communicate more easily about who goes where and whose responsibility is for what. We've got a little time before the French come smashing in with their pot of charge, but we need to get our act together pretty quickly. Again, one of the things that I'm really enjoying about the Grand Campaign is that transition from an army on the march to an army that's deployed for battle and really ready to go head-to-head with another major force. Like we saw it before on the 16th at Ligny. It took the French a while to get their road columns formed up and ready to fight. And we're seeing it again now. There's just a little bit of a delay, a little bit of friction getting the army out of road column into stacks, getting those stacks where you want to have them go, and then moving forward effectively to grapple with an enemy army. There's just a time delay there that's really interesting. It makes it a little bit of an art form to know when you're going to be ready to fight. You may get your lead elements where you can engage the enemy, but if he's prepared, you really need to wait until you get your army together before you go in after him. So really interesting stuff. Can't wait for next session. I want to thank you again for joining us, and see you next week.
Vive l'empereur!